Alright, y'all. I promised that I would upload both episodes today, so I have to record this as fast as I can. No pressure. No, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I have no idea what's going on with my computer. Like it's striking, all right? Like it refuses to work. Like I tried to cut the footage. I was capable to do that, but it just needed like to save it so that I could finally upload it onto YouTube, but then it failed. Then it failed again. And then it failed a third time, so now I'm actually like watching it so that I can finally upload it so that you all know it's not because of me. It just won't save the footage that I cut. So it's not on me. But let's see, it will be like a double special if I manage to record this as well. But let's see, Season 3, Episode 1. Once in the abode of the guardian of the underworld, Eva comes face to face with the one who has been calling for her in her dreams for so long. Anubis, God, that's a beauty. Episode 1, coming out into the light of day. That can have many meanings. Oh my God. Ooh. That's dark. Literally. Agnia was plagued by her thoughts. She couldn't tell if she was dreaming or conscious. Alive or dead in reality or in oblivion, it was neither cold nor hot. The wind wasn't blowing over her wet skin, and the mercenary's sensitive hearing couldn't catch a single sound. I would think that especially if this is like some sort of magical ritual that allows us to be in the duat without actually being dead, I would assume it would do something to us personally. Like, I don't know, maybe we would be sort of numb to what's going on around us. Maybe it would feel like we are drowning, sort of. Like, I don't know if you can comprehend what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to use a nice example for it. Imagine you are underwater, everything feels light, but at the other side, you can't hear clearly. Everything is, your vision seems blurry. Like, your forces are diminished because of the water that's taking a toll on you, and everything, like your nose is closing, like everything from you is like limited because of what you're doing. Maybe it's something like this here too. Because of the fact that they are somewhere where they don't really belong just yet, they have to deal with the consequences. The water was the same temperature as her body, which made it seem as if its boundaries had been erased, and Agnia had merged with the lake, bathing the walls of the old palace. The only thing that made her stand up sharply was the emptiness next to her. Eva wasn't in her spot. He immediately called us. Y'all, this is literally like you stepping into hell. The devil immediately feels your presence and he immediately catches you. He immediately calls upon your soul. You immediately drop to where he is. Damn. No comment. Agnia jumped to her feet, began looking around, and only then realized that she wasn't dreaming. Oh my God, poor her. But are the others there? She was no longer in the lake in the palace of the dazzling Aten. It was another place, completely different. Agnia opened her eyes in alarm, realizing that her friend wasn't there. Oh. Her first impulse was to nudge Eamon, but before she could touch him, the episodes grabbed her hand. Oh, alright, so it's really just us. Y'all, I don't know if I should be petrified or if I should feel flattered that Anubis immediately felt our aura and was like, bitch, you coming over here. Considering the fact that I'm much more of a realist / a pessimist, I'm here for the negative thing. This man wants to kill us. Fine AF. He did it without thinking. He didn't realize it was Agnia. The hunter rose to his feet, caught her eye, and looked around just as she had. He thought it was us. We've crossed over. Yeah. He glanced around for Eva and didn't see her. His heart skipped a few... No, my man! Fear washed over him, but he quickly pulled himself together. He needs to be strong for everyone. Goddamn. Like, this is something that I could never understand. Like, they all place such strange values onto men and women. Like, these old traditions where the man is the leader of the family. He needs to protect the children and the wife. So, of course, I don't know, like, he's the one that needs to support the family, so he earns more. The woman stays at home, takes care of the children because they are supposed to continue the legacy, and that means carrying around the heart of the mother and whatever, being growing up strong, just like their mother and like their father. But she will be the one to teach them that appreciation, everything. Like, that goes on to the mom, and like the father needs to be completely emotionless because he needs to be strong at all times, not just for himself but for the rest of his family, not allowing himself to be a normal human being with emotions, as in him having to fear that he would be viewed as weak or a wimp because he's not capable to pull it together, not even for the people that he's fighting for. This is such fucked up bullshit. Like, you should be capable to show your emotions, whether you're a man or a woman. Like, in my eyes, that's stupid. My father still has this complex where he's like, if you see a robbery happening, you actually believe I'm gonna push you in front of it. I'm gonna push you, your sister, and your mother behind me, and I'm gonna be the one to take the 4 bullets that were meant for all 4 of us. Like, no one should see themselves as like a protective shield or something. God, I hate that. But I also appreciate that from one side, because men sadly are physically more tough than women are. So of course it would be on their hands like to protect the ones that are weaker than them. And sadly, when it comes to like physical strength and everything, it is the woman that is weaker. Doesn't mean that she can do just as bad damage to a man's heart or soul or spirit, whatever it is that you can think of, than a man. We can be worse, I feel, because no one would expect us, so no one would actually ever put it past us that we could become more cruel than men. Even if it's not us using physical strength, if you get what I mean. Where is she? She's not here. I don't know where she's gone. Oh, Agnia! Livius heard them and jumped up. I love their friends. I love them. Eva is gone. His gaze roamed around the room, but he was already worried. I fucking love them. I can kiss all of you. I'll kiss all of you. All 3 of them came out of the lake soaked in the skin. They didn't feel well. Livia's chest ached and Eamon and Agnia were dying of thirst. Oh no. The Epistates pressed his lips together, feeling his tongue stick to the roof of his mouth, and the mercenary cleared her throat. It was as if they had been wandering the desert all day. Oh God. We must find Evitus immediately, or we're stuck here. I can't. I feel sick. It's like every last drop of water was squeezed out of me. The water is clean, right? She kneeled down, about to scoop up some water from the lake. Eamon immediately stopped her. No, don't drink it. How many times have I warned you about the food in Thebes? Well, you're in the Duat, babe. This is water, not food. And we're not in Thebes, but somewhere very far away. Sorry, I just feel like they're mocking each other. That's like their dynamic, sort of. Ignatin only drank water, but he still got sick. This place has nothing to do with Thebes. You can forget about our rules and our supplies are gone anyway. I'll die if I don't quench my thirst. Livius touched his throat and realized he wasn't thirsty at all. Agnia scooped up some water and... why are you fucking doing this to me? If you ask me, I think this is a normal thing. And I think it's nice that they're highlighting the fact that Livius completely feels different. He feels at home in the Duat. Just like it's said so? Anyone getting some sort of vibe? Like, this man doesn't feel like anything bad happened to him. Like, He feels normal. He doesn't feel thirsty at all. But Aemon and Agnia do. Why? They all drank the poison. If this is like something that happens as in something that normally happens when someone does this ritual, then everyone would have to feel the exact same way. Oh, is she gonna drink it? I feel like this is a test. I feel like even if she drinks from it, it's not gonna quench her thirst. Because I feel like because of the poison that they took in order to get to the Duat, this has more to do with their physical body. As in her drinking water here in the underworld, where just her soul is, it's not gonna quench her thirst. Her physical body, that is in the world of the living, needs water. She stopped. If Aemon had restrained himself, choosing to suffer from thirst rather than drink his fill, then she would follow his example by. But Agnia didn't feel well at all. Oh, there's poison in this water and I just escaped death. This choice will affect the plot? Okay. Y'all, I feel like I fucked up. Someone help me. We should go somewhere. Either transported to another place or walk up before us. Why didn't we hear that? Yeah, I don't think we would have left. Especially not since we're worried, since we're in the Duat. She has a special connection with this place unknown to us. There is no point in guessing. Maybe she wandered off, or maybe she was taken away. Agnia pointed to the tilted path and said, Let's go down this path. There is no other way. But is it safe here? What's waiting for us out there? Anything's better than being trapped in here, right? I don't know anything about the realm of the dead. Being the only person born in Egypt, Aemon began to explain. The Book of the Dead would help us a lot. It contains the necessary spells and instructions to safely pass through the Duat. The dead can read them. This is to make sure a person doesn't get lost in the afterlife in their buckets to the Last Judgment. But we're all alive, but we don't have the book. And even if we had it, I don't think it would help us. I've seen excerpts from some papyri that were placed in tombs, and there's hardly anything useful there. Somewhere the size of a finger. How can such a scrap help? I think my mentor mentioned how the latest version of the Book of the Dead was designed to be very short so that it would be easier to copy and leave in the tombs. Everything is getting shorter. Everything. Even his patience, even his life. Aemon twisted his mouth in an expression of dissatisfaction. Well, babe, don't kill the messenger. Don't kill the messenger. It's not his fault. There could be anything there. Oh my fucking god, what happened? I did not. That's not fair. That's not fair. I'm innocent. The Duat wasn't the kind of place one could safely leave or flee from. There was no going back, only forward, and they only had 3 days to fulfill their goal. Otherwise, that whole effort would have been for nothing. Let's find her. I think Seth will be there too. We don't have a choice anyways. The Episates clutched his hunting weapon, looking straight ahead, and said, Let's go. Stay behind me. Gotta love myself a man. Gotta love that man. He's like, you stay behind me. I'm leading the crew like the fucking leader he is. Goddamn, the confidence. A narrow stone corridor leading away from the lake brought them to a massive arc beyond which there was sand. Which I feel like it's strange. A lot of people told me that when they had like this Aemon versus Set point, they weren't capable to access romantic scenes with Set anymore, and they were only an Aemon girl. And then there were people that said that Aemon's path was completely cut off. That's strange. How come I was capable to play both of them then? And nothing else. Cold sands and dusty paths led them to a space immersed in complete darkness. After a while, they could no longer see the end of the road, as if the light didn't even penetrate there, but was absorbed instead. Olivia's turned around. There couldn't be any light. There was no sun, no sky, no moon. Only the torches above the lake were shining. Agnia stepped carefully onto the path leading far into the penetrable sands. It looks beautiful. This way. There's nowhere else to go. The honesty. We should head into the darkness. Because our souls aren't dark enough. Like, let's go into the darkness. No, why would we even look for light, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go for the darkness. You never know what could sneak up on you. It makes the entire situation more scary. Eamon was still walking first. Livius was holding on to the hem of Epistate's garment, and Ignia was holding the healer's hand. They had each other's backs. Why? That's so cute. Not Ignia holding Livia's hand. Bye. No, I'm keeping that. No one could get lost. No, these three are something. They went on and on, farther and farther, and felt complete nothingness around them. The temperature didn't change. It was neither cold nor hot in the darkness. There was no wind, not even the slightest breeze, and no crunch of sand beneath their feet. Complete silence. Everything was frozen. Everything was dead, and there was no life or movement at all. If there was a place where time didn't exist, that was it. The deeper Eamon, Livius, and Ignia got into the darkness, the worse they saw what was ahead, losing what was left behind. At some point, they couldn't see anything at all. I see something I shouldn't have. I see something I didn't want to see. I see some huge-ass skeletons, and I could do without them. Thank you. There was still ground under their feet, but nothing around them was changing. The empty space seemed endless, and they were enveloped in pitch darkness. They could have gotten lost in it, disappearing completely. They walked without stopping and without keeping track of the time, as if they were going nowhere. Had an hour passed, a day, or just a minute? Livius didn't know, but he froze. Uh-oh. He felt the same anxiety and fear that had gripped him in his recent dream. Livius found himself in the dark again. He didn't understand whether he really existed or not, where he was now, where he was, how he had gotten there, and where to go to leave that place. He thought he saw movement off to the side. It was something he didn't recognize. Livius staggered when Eamon stopped abruptly. There's someone here. Just someone. Some people, Ignia whispered. They've been following us for a while. I heard them. A hiss, a growl. No, thank you. And the rustling of the sand. No, thank you. Oh my god. Ah. I feel this is worse than The Walking Dead. Livius. Same. Dozens of bright... No, thank you. Dozens of bright, hostile eyes stared at them hungrily. Again, just like in Livius' dream the day before. God. They huddled together. Eamon and Ignia immediately prepared to fight. Livius closed his eyes, suppressing that disgusting, terrible premonition that had been haunting him for the last few days, making him terribly anxious. But why? What happened in that dream? He didn't want to explore on that part. As the growling approached, the healer opened his eyes, and he saw the surprised faces of the hunter and the mercenary staring at him. Huh? What is that? Huh? Is he changing? What? Livius, when were you gonna tell us? When were you gonna tell us that you're Ratan? When were you gonna tell us you're a deity? When? There's no way in hell that he glowing like that. I mean, he fine as fuck, but that's not a reason to glow. Like, we don't see Eamon glowing. Livius looked down at his hands. A bright light was coming from them. Like the angel he is. Illuminate everything around you, son. I know you can do it. Meanwhile, Eva had fallen asleep in the lake, certain that when she opened her eyes, she'd still be in the water. Nope. He said, I have other plans for you. That's some creepy-ass bullshit. Before doing that, she had decided to lie in silence for a while, to figure out where she was without letting on that she was awake. Eva moved her fingers stiff with cold, touching the cold stone. That wasn't the gate's lake. The thought made her open her eyes and jolt upright. She panicked and began feeling the ground around her. Eva was lying alone in a hall, not only completely dry, but also... Of course. I'm fucking weak. That's so beautiful. Dead water. I cannot believe this. Yes. Y'all, I feel so bad for all the people that are willing to pay for all these gems because in my eyes, this story is like one of the stories where the storyline is good and the clothes are nice. So even if you don't really pay for them, they still beautiful. And then we have stories like Kali Call of Darkness or Kali Flame of Samsara, where the storyline is good / Kali Call of Darkness was good, but the outfits were fucked up. Eva was sure she had been lying in the water of the gates of day and night wearing different clothes. Where am I? And where are the others? You can't tell me that this outfit isn't bangers. She looked at her delicate hands, which didn't tremble much to her surprise, and began glancing around warily. High, ancient, carved ceilings, smooth dark slabs everywhere. It was a spacious and beautiful place not every pharaoh could be proud of. It looks like I'm in the abode of the god of the dead, a strange and bad vision. Nah, the god of the dead. Who else could live so luxuriously in the Duat? After all, they had crossed over to the realm of the dead. It couldn't be otherwise, and they must have been taken to the most important place. Out of the corner of her eye, Eva noticed someone. She opened her eyes wider. Path of Honesty! Peering at the columns, she was filled with horror and awe as she realized that the silhouette didn't belong to a human, but to some creature. Let it come out, and I'll understand what I'm dealing with. Eva swallowed nervously. There was only one creature, but it had more than one head. Alright, okay. Honestly, it's fire, but I wouldn't want that on my back. A huge lion with 2 heads was slowly approaching her, its fur shimmering from dark to silver and its bright eyes gleaming ominously. Bitch! Get you women under control. I forgot his fucking name. Anubis, get your bitches under control. A Duat monster. The lion stopped when a stern voice commanded. Wait. Eva's heart raced. She recognized that calm, authoritative voice. She had heard it in her dreams more than once. Wow. Honestly, he fine. Not gonna lie. Nymphis Merenset. Here you are. Of course. What do I say? I love the story. I really do. It's amazing. Anubis stepped out of the darkness and placed his hand on one of the beast's head. He stroked the monster as if it were his favorite pet, gently, nonchalantly. His face was expressionless, but the look in his gray eyes turned to Eva said it all. She knew that look very well. Okay. Be friendly. His dark lips curved in a grin. Eva lowered her head, not knowing how else to show respect. Once again, she was in awe of his power, humbly entrusting her fate to him. What could she possibly do except to silently submit to the deity? We've been waiting for her for so long. If you say so, Guy. Akka tilted his head, obediently following his master's orders. He was still interested in Eva, but at least he wasn't going to attack her. Sid couldn't think of anything better than to dress you up and bring you here. He's not one to waste time. As expected, he fulfilled his plans and disappeared. Eva was looking at the deity who had recently held Eastman in his arms, or had it been quite a long time ago? How did time pass in the Duat? She asked softly. Why am I here? Honestly, are we in the Duat? Are you dumb? Honestly, the first thing I would want to know is, why am I here? Isn't the lake of the gates of day and night the boundary? Does it lead to this hall? Anubis raised his eyes to the vaults. No, its waters serve as an entrance to one world, and an exit to another. Plunging into one lake, you will emerge from a similar one. If Seth helped you get here, he must have brought you to the hall and left you here for me. Wow. Damn. He said, don't worry, your friends are not gonna shove you into the lion's den. I will. With love and compassion, of course. Honestly, where are my companions? We crossed over together at the same time, but if Seth brought me here, what happened to the others? The apostates, the healer, and the mercenary? Anubis nodded slowly. They'll wake up where they had fallen asleep. They have only one way ahead of them which leads here, but only after they get out of the darkness. The darkness? Girl, let's ignore it. The space surrounding the gates in my abode, the ones I expect will find the right way and get through the darkness, but an unexpected guest won't be able to get through. They'll quickly get lost there. Anubis narrowed his eyes, looking at Ake, adding, but before they can get lost, they will be torn apart by creatures from the darkness. Thank you for being so honest, Anubis. Thank you for being so fucking honest. Are we in the duad? For dummies, please. Because apparently she still hasn't guessed it. The boundary between the worlds has been crossed. Are we in the place where the souls await the judgment of the dead? The first frontier. My abode separates the gates and the duad. If you pass through it, you will find yourself in the realm of the dead. But if you don't, you'll be stuck in the void forever, never find your way back to the lake. The abode of Anubis was the beginning of the duad. Eva pursed her lips in confusion, trying to put everything together in her head. Anubis gently leaned forward to get close and get a good look at her. The heck? He scrutinized every detail of her face while talking. No, thank you. I'm surprised you made it here. The eyes. With so many ways, things could have gone wrong, even with Seth's invaluable help. There was a good chance you'd die. But there's still a chance your companions might die. Y'all, I'm sorry. I can't say anything but thank you for the fucking honesty. I appreciate honesty, and it kind of makes him seem like such a douche. But again, I love the confidence. I love the sass. They'll be torn apart by creatures in the darkness if you don't bring them here. How can I help them? Eva raised his hand. He raised his hand to silence Eva and winced a little. Be quiet. There is a person among them who knows what to do. A son born for both lands. They will be waiting for you. Let's go! Oh my fucking god! And something tells me it's not gonna be Aemon. Something tells me it's not gonna be Aemon because he's not the one glowing. Someone who's born for both. Doesn't that kind of make him like, again, Bonnie? He's an anchor, sort of. He has a foot in the real world and in the world of the dead. But how is that possible? Like, but who are his parents? Like, was he born purely out of magic? Before Eva could even open her mouth, Anubis added, if you do as I say, no one will get hurt. I'm sorry, but he's so intriguing and he's so good looking. Sorry. The premium choice will allow you to gain Anubis' favor and improve your relationship with him if you don't have another love interest. This story is actually the messiest out of all of them, y'all. In Heaven's Secret, when you choose to be with one man, like in the middle of season 2, that's the one you stay with. You don't get the choice or the chance to cheat around. In Song of the Crimson Nile, you literally can flirt with everyone. We are literally now in season 3, and they are still allowing you to mess around with love interests. The heck is the story? No, Anubis looked away, like, I chose my man. Even if Anubis is fine AF. Aemon is harder. Aemon gained my heart. The heck is this? He straightened up and Ake immediately dived under his hand. You must go into the darkness to find your companions and bring them here. But why does he want to see them? Will I be able to do that? How will I know where to go? How will I defend myself against the monsters?
Like a grain of chaos, you're a part of this place. They won't touch you.
Oh, we're a dark magician.
Memphis Merensy was given to Sid, and the fathomless darkness knows who your master is. It won't drag you away or swallow you up, but it will take you where you need to go. Your path will lead you to me, and I will be here waiting for you.
I don't know if I should be turned on or extremely intimidated and petrified by that. I'm gonna go with petrified a little bit because he kind of gives off sad vibes, just calm sad vibes, and that's more dangerous sometimes. Anubis' bright eyes glinted.
Besides,
Eva heard a rustle behind her.
you have someone who knows to do it better than most.
Oh my god! Orion is a bitch! Let's go! I knew he was special the second I chose him as my companion. What an icon! Orion? Yes, Orion! Goddamn! The dog came up to Eva and nuzzled her leg. He looked a little different, as he had also somehow crossed the boundary of the worlds. He has! But something that we still aren't, getting into our head. He is part of this realm. Just like Set. He doesn't need to drink poison in order to cross over. He belongs to this world, like Set.
Red knows where to go. Consider your mighty pet has accompanied you on your journey for the sake of this very moment. You helped this animal, and now it will return the favor.
Eva scratched the dog behind his ear, examining his new appearance. She knew they had met for a reason. Dogs were often the earthly embodiment of different gods of creatures. But had everything really been predetermined so long in the past? There hadn't been just an animal next to her, but something more. A messenger from the dude? Orion fucking King.
Go before it's too late. You should feel better now.
Eva staggered to her feet, still struggling to understand what was happening to her. Until recently, her main problem had been her cracked hieroglyphs and evening punishments in the settlement. But right at that moment, she had to face creatures from the darkness threatening to kill her friends. She clenched her fists and nodded. I'll bring them here. But where is Sid? Will he come back here?
He will. For you.
Uh-oh. 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 That's the bitch slaps when you cheat, y'all. That's the bitch slap when you be playing. I don't understand anything he said. Why did Sid bring me here? Which one of us is the son of both lands? And what does Anubis want from me? Oh, none of them. Livius is the child of both lands. But Eva didn't want to ask her questions. Firstly, her friends were waiting for her, and secondly, who was she to question the guardian of the dead? She only knew one thing for sure. Eva was an expected guest in the duat, and that convinced her that everything was going well. A piece of chaos born in it to live between the worlds. The one whom Anubis was waiting for and whom Set owned. Not just owned, but cherished. Not the nameless orphan she used to be. Things had changed. We're the bitch now. God damn, I did not see... these abominations in the darkness. That's a great background, though. Livius quickly realized that his recent dream had been a warning about what awaited them in the duat. Now he noticed there had been 4 bright silhouettes, not to mention that he himself had been glowing. That meant that he needed to try to arrange everyone the way they had been in his dream to join forces and get out of there. I mean, but if they are creatures of darkness, he is burning bright with light. He emanates literally light. Isn't he capable? I don't know. Shoot light out of his hand? I don't know. To make these silhouettes disappear, dissipate into nothingness? If he's light, light destroys darkness, just like the other way around.
I know what to do.
Period! He's it.
How? I've seen this battle before. This is a way out. Just trust me.
Ew. Aemon should defend, not protect everyone from the monsters. At this point, defend him? In his dream, it was as if everyone was protecting him.
Aemon, get closer and protect me. How clever of you, healer. Is this an order?
Are you really thinking about this? Like, just have faith?
Yes, when you demand it like that, I don't want to protect you, but push you toward them.
Agni and Aemon prepared to fight, and Livius pursed his lips. He was clearly mistaken about his dream. Find a way? Who knew how many monsters there were going to be? What was the point of fighting them all?
Aemon, get us out of here. We need to find a way out and return to the gates.
At this point, how the fuck am I supposed to know? This was literally protected everyone. But this is something he can do. Now, not actually protect Livius or Agnia. Like, you must say he's protecting everyone. This is ridiculous, y'all. After all, that was exactly what the largest figure in Livius' dream had been doing. The Epistates had stood in front of everyone to defeat any creature that had come closer to them.
Aemon, you should get in front of us and deal with the first wave of monsters. Huh? How didn't I think of it without you telling me? Just because we agreed to help each other doesn't mean that I will die for you killing everyone here. No, you don't have to kill all of them, just the ones in front. Don't let them get any closer.
The hunter took a few steps forward, shielding Livius and Agnia with his broad back. Strange, now he can shield them! No, I'm sorry, they are some little bitches. They are fucking bitches. Like, there's no different way to actually say this. He took a fighting stance to deal with those. Oh my god, I fucking hate this. Like, I'm way too antsy right now. When they heard his growl and the singing of the blade, they both realized that the monsters were advancing. Oh my god!
Watch out in case I miss any of them.
Next, Livius had to remember where to put Agnia. Of course. Agnia was supposed to defend Livius, take Livius away. Defend a smaller silhouette, but no less ferocious than the first one, had been standing closer to Livius in his dream. The mercenary had covered him, ready to deal with those whom Aemon might miss. She had no choice, since the healer was no help to her in battle. I mean, technically, she's wrong. It's not wrong.
Agnia, stand here. Kill everyone who gets through. And what will you be doing? Protect me. It's important.
Do as he says. Now all of a sudden. You remembered well where Agnia should be standing. Oh, thank you. When Aemon missed the first creature busy with 3 more, Agnia didn't allow it to approach any closer and immediately cut it in half. Damn!
How's that, you beast?
Livius was doing everything right. Now the third silhouette, the smaller one. Beside him stood Eva to take them further. Being connected with the duet, she knew what she was doing better than the rest of them. She wasn't actually there, but if she were, Livius would have put her next to him so that Eva would take him away first and then everyone else.
Where is she?
Ah, you remembered where Eva should be standing. Ah, thank you. Eva, even if she was missing, it wasn't for nothing that Livius had seen all 4 of them. She should have appeared at any moment. And Livius lit a path through the darkness. To get out of there, they needed to see where to go, and Livius had suddenly become a source of light, so that would help them a lot. I mean, he literally has become a torch. Like, every single damn soul would be attracted to him like magnets. He's literally light. Thanks to him, they could see at least something. They were going to figure out later where the glow was coming from. Livius raised his hands so he could see the monsters better. You understood what Livius' role is. Oh, thank you. Livius partially remembered it. Okay, thank you. Honesty, cunning. Aemon pushed several more monsters out of the way, smashing them against the sand, and Ignia finished off 2 more. They had a second to catch their breath. Suddenly, someone touched Livius' hand, making him jump. Me! Eva felt a wide grin spread across her face upon finding everyone unharmed, albeit in the heat of a battle. If they were together, they were no longer in danger. Are you scared, dear healer? Hush, brave man. I thought you were going to scream. No, honestly. Are you scared, dear healer? You thought I'd grab you.
Eva, you're here.
He threw up his hands angrily.
Why are you grabbing me so suddenly? What if I'd hit you?
Oh, babe, it's fine. I would have forgiven you. Well, you have one less problem. That's hilarious. You'd have one less problem, bitch. Everyone turned around when they heard Eva's voice. When Aemon saw her, he closed the distance between them in 2 steps and drew her to him to hug her tightly. This man, he's willing to let them all die just to hug her. I'm sorry, I had to put it in here, but now that I'm done, my man, my finest man, goddamn, come over here, let me hug you, let me fuck you, like, let me do everything.
Evatus.
Amen. Goddamn. I'm right here.
I feel better now.
Let me stop! They need to stop! It's too much. My beloved epistates, goddamn, what is this? Goddamn! Guy! This is beautiful! Not the blushing, though. I get her, though. Me too. She put her head on Aemon's chest. Livius and Ignia exchanged glances. Yeah, we're a thing, okay? And Ari wheezing was still loud in the darkness. Bitches, as much as I would appreciate a good quickie or a good, hip thrust, you all get the picture. This is not the time, bitches. We're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. Livius took Eva's hand, looking at her anxiously.
We were all worried when we couldn't find you. You were lying next to me in the lake, and when I no longer saw you.
Agnia gave Eva a puzzled look.
We were looking for you, Kitty. Where did you go? Did you escape, or were you transported to another place? I was getting worried.
These bitches! They are my bitches. They need to be protected.
Not to mention how rotten I feel.
Livius, who was standing nearby, waved his hand.
It's time to go. Eva, where did you come from? Where do we go?
Follow me. Eva reached out to take Livius' hand and led him, but her eyebrows shot up when she saw the light coming from his skin. You're glowing! The son of both lands? Am I the only one who sees this? Honestly, that would be such a savage thing to say. The son of both lands? Is this what Anubis was talking about? One of us who knows more? Livius, your skin.
It's glowing, I know, but I don't know why.
Great Ra, what are you hiding from us?
I'm telling you, I don't know.
Renown, yes. The land. He is the one leading us out of the dark. That's so deep. I'm sorry, I need to know what he is. What is he? Aemon shook his head.
Let's hurry up.
Orion was fuzzing next to Eva, ears pricked up. No one is seeing this beautiful ass dog in front of us. Livius. I fucking love him.
Your dog, how did he get here? Did any look different?
Later. Now. After he actually left the battlefield in order to squeeze the fucking daylights out of us. Sorry. You again! Move! The monster suddenly pounced on them from the side. Aemon managed to intercept it and pierce it with his dagger.
Get out of here!
What about you?
I'll catch up.
Are you nuts? The living torch is right here. If we leave, the light is gone. He fought off 2 more monsters, but the third one slipped through. Agnia dealt with him quickly. Eva grabbed Livia's hand and pulled him toward where her instincts led her. Run! Wait, they can't leave them here! Yes!
We have to stick together. Amen. Ahead of you.
His foot! We can't push them back. The monsters won't touch me. But what about them? Or eyes. Period. I have to use Set's power. He didn't give it to me just to boost my confidence. Since I'm part of this place, let it obey me. Oh my god. Oh, drive them away. Destroy all the monsters. Drive away the monsters. Why is drive away the monsters much more of a gym choice? At this point, bloodthirst. Destroy all the monsters. I'll tear them to shreds. Eva felt an unfamiliar rage which filled her whole being. She clenched her teeth and growled in a threatening voice. I'll destroy them. I'll destroy them all. Ooh, amen. 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 Baby, step aside. Step aside. Livius! No, y'all. The beast inside us has woken up. Son, I thought you liked to have a beast in between the sheets. Now all of a sudden you're scared. Seeing the feverish gleam in her eyes, Livius and Ignia retreated. Oh my god, not them all being like such whiny ass pussies. Like, Livius can turn into a living torch. Ignia and Eamon can like slice throats open like it's nothing, and when we are like using magic in order to slice people's throats open, they have a fucking problem with that. Now that's not okay. No one really knew what connected Eva to that place, who she really was, and why the monster shunned her. Eamon wanted to pull Eva away so that she wouldn't be attacked, but Ignia stopped him.
Stop cuddling her. She knows what she's doing.
She's not in her right mind. Oh my god, look at his face. He is so petrified for us. Not because of what we are. He's afraid of what that power could actually do to us mentally. Oh god, that's real love, y'all. What can she do against them? They're going to kill her. He's so fucking worried. I love him. He is everything and more.
Trust her, otherwise this isn't going to work. You're not the master here. We're guests, you understand. Everything is different here. Maybe in another world, it's Eva who's stronger, not us.
Eva? Oh my god. I can't even.
Eva?
Agnia's right. I know what I'm doing. Give me a chance to protect you. I'm not helpless. She stretched out her hand, squeezing her fingers into a fist, feeling an unfamiliar warmth on her fingertips, almost a burning sensation that made her skin tingle. Oh god, even Orion is like, bye. Orion jumped up to Eva, ready to protect her. We love Orion. Oh my god. Even with my outfit? What are we even seeing? All the monsters froze as if they couldn't even come near her. Get out. Get out of here before chaos descends on you. There is no place for you here. The guardian of the dead himself is waiting for us. The darkness will lift, and you're doomed to disappear with it. Eva opened her arms wide, shielding everyone else. Where do you think you're going, bitches? Leave! Her favorite pet came to her rescue. Oh my god, period. Orion in the back being a fine-ass bitch. Orion growled, sensing Eva's mood. The human's best friend. He can sense what we're feeling and he's ready to react on them. The creatures sensed danger and began retreating one by one, merging with the darkness and gradually disappearing into it. Bye, bitches! Surprise! But it wasn't enough for her. The heat still demanded an outlet. It tormented Eva and she let it happen. She was tired of being weak and pitiful. She had enough. She screamed in anger, arms outstretched, and felt the tingling on her skin reach its peak and then suddenly disappear. Oh my god. We said goodbye. Literally. Everyone was blinded by a bright flash, and then a shower of sparks fell on the cold sand. There were no monsters left. They were gone. You've destroyed all the monsters, leaving no trace of them, period. Renown. Bye. Bye, bitches. Hope to never ever see you again. Eva sat down slowly, staring straight ahead in amazement. Eva? Well, don't just stand there. Let's not waste time. Agnia grabbed Eva by the arm to get her up and called out to her. Quickly, which way do we go next? Come on, Kitty. We'll praise you after we've run away from here. Eva rushed straight ahead without looking where she was going, although there was nothing to look out for. There was only darkness and emptiness around. Eamon, Livius, and Agnia followed her. Eamon! The Epistates had never seen Eva like that. Of course, we've never ever used Ursheshmu powers before, in front of him at least, because we were always petrified of his reaction or of him actually killing us. So now we're not afraid to show it anymore. So of course, actually knowing that you are surrounded by a dark magician is one thing, but actually seeing the length that a dark magician is capable to go to in order, like, to get what they want is a different thing. All that time, she had seemed different to him. A rebellious Nephrid. She was often forced into something, but she always got out of it as best as she could and never used violence. In his eyes, she was fragile, cunning, and even headstrong at times, but still helpless. Yeah, that's the word. Helpless. He thought that she always needed someone to rely on, and he was willing to fill that role in her life, like being like that huge-ass boulder that she could, like, just grab onto. The boulder that could give her hope, that could, like, fuel her emptied hope, that could actually make her feel hope again after all her hope was lost. After all her hope was lost. Like the thing that could actually motivate her to still continue fighting. He would be the one to make her stronger. He thought he could do that, but now he has the feeling that she's the stronger one from the both of them. But it turned out that she was perfectly capable of protecting herself, yet she had never used her hidden power against him. Not once. It seemed that Eamon didn't know her at all, but he loved her anyway. Eamon is impressed with you. Eamon, my baby. Soon the darkness lifted, revealing a different view. Still? Okay, they saw a tall palace covered in dark, shiny tiles and cloaked by heavy fog. It crept all the way to the walls and stretched higher, to the colorless, cloudy veil that covered the entire sky. If there was a sky at all. Path of Honesty, nodding at the palace, Eva stated grimly. Here's the abode of the Guardian of the Dead, the first frontier of the Duat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How do you know that? Have you been here? I woke up here. Did the lake bring you here right away, or? Nine, tell it like it is. Answer vaguely. What for? My man is here, my best friend is here, and my best friend bitch is here. Like, they are my bitches. What is there to hide? He brought me here. I think it was Seth who brought me here. And he must have changed my clothes. Oh god, Eamon is not gonna be amused like he changed your clothes. Anubis said that bringing me to him was one of his tasks. Did he pull you out of the water and bring you right here? Yes, I woke up in the middle of a hall. Eamon raised his eye. Yeah.
No wonder, he's not really human. And if you owe him, he thinks he's free to do whatever he wants with you. And no one will say a word against him because of how strong he is.
Levis definitely shared some of what he knows about Seth with Eamon.
That Duat spawn. Ooh!
Honesty, Olivia stared at the palace as if mesmerized. So he's waiting for us. There was a rustle in the distance, and a dark silhouette appeared at the entrance. Huh? Who are you? Eva felt a flash of feet again and realized who had arrived even before his cheerful voice rang out. Seth. Nice hair. Nice hair, bitch.
He's waiting for you impatiently.
Seth seemed to have become taller, larger, and his red hair flowing like silk over his massive shoulders was glowing even more brightly. Yeah. This is the divine form he was talking about. Right then, Eva could clearly see him as a powerful and dangerous being who could defeat almost anyone who got in his way. Yeah, he could do whatever he wanted. There were no constraints holding him back, such as his human body.
Here he is, in his true form. Yeah. Take a moment to catch your breath and then we'll go. You've been in the darkness for hours.
This is the man I've been drawn to all this time. My patron and the god who commands the desert and chaos. I'm impressed and a little scared at the same time. Eva swallowed. Being attracted to Set in the world of the living wasn't the same as accepting his attentions in his divine form. She felt that if she accepted him like that, it would mean something more serious than anything they had before. Their relationship stopped being a game. Set had distanced himself from Eva for a reason. He had been waiting for the moment when she would see him in his true form. This choice will allow you to continue or end your romantic relationship with Set. We can still play, folks. We can still fucking play. This story is fucking tempting me, y'all. Honestly, no. I can't. No. I'm all in for playing and everything. You all know I'm fucking messy AF. But when I pick a man, I stick with my man. Yeah. If you want me to replay this episode and pick the other option, I will. And yes, I know I chose who I want, but this is like for everyone that loves me to be messy and to see my reaction to it. But in the real world, in my world, I am an Amen slut. Avoid him. I'm scared of him. I'm scared after all. I'd better remain his servant and having paid the debt go my own way. I feel pitiful, weak compared to him, and truthfully that's exactly how I am. I can't find peace with a creature like that. Eva remained where she was, keeping close to her companions, who made her feel safer. Set noticed that she was distraught and understood everything. He grinned. All of Eva's attempts to get closer to him seemed funny to him. She hadn't understood who she was dealing with. She had known, but she hadn't understood.
How do you like it, Hilo? Shashmu?
This place makes me uncomfortable. Just like your fine body. But again, I'm just being honest. Not flirting, just honest. Sad expected you to be scared. From now on, you're nothing more than a servant to him. The passion is gone. Okay. So that you all know. Again, let me know in the comments.
I've been waiting for you here. Did you think I abandoned you? The thoughts crossed our minds. That would not benefit me in any way. After the abode of Anubis, the first frontier, you will have to face several trials. That's the price for the path to the soul you're looking for. Why would I leave you if I gathered you here myself?
But you said we could have died.
Anyone can die, even me. So what?
The honesty. The episodes who was standing next to Eva gently put his arm around her shoulders.
Don't be afraid, Neferud. Any kind of death will pass you by if I'm around.
We gotta stick to our man. Cling to him. You mine. Eva happily clung to his strong and warm torso, nothing with pleasure that at least one thing hadn't changed. Eamon was by her side. They had overcome so much, so there was little that could come between them at that point. Her escape, Dia's execution, the truth about dark magic, Set's influence, they had managed to get through all of that, and right then, they were both standing in the duat. Now, this is everything that I explained in the last video, why I chose Eamon. Now the story is doing it for me as well, after everything that happened between these two. I mean, if I would have started like a love story with Livius, and then that would have been said, they are completely different people. Like, their view of life and, like, their personalities. There was never one moment where Set actually inclined to make the viewers believe that he sees us as more than just someone, like, to experiment with. To find out what humans do or how they feel, because he is divinity, he's divine, he's a deity. He don't know what feelings are like. He don't know what humans do and everything. Like, you all get the picture. He never actually showed that he truly grew fond of us, that he's vulnerable when it comes to us. So, again, amen. But let me know in the comments if you want me to replay just to pick this scene. Alright? I would replay it then anyways to pick this choice again. Maybe there were arguments ahead or worse, but it was clear that they would never leave each other. I'm not afraid if you're with me, Epistates. It's ironic, isn't it?
Ironic.
I feel the safest with someone who brings death to those like me. Damn! His fingers tighten on her shoulder. He no longer sees you as a Sheshmu girl. He sees you as the woman he loves.
I only bring death to those who are better off dead, and to those who break the law. I don't kill anyone without a reason.
What about Dia?
Remember that.
Why are you looking down, Dia? I break the law.
But you're much more useful alive. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't touch you anyway.
Damn! Eva raised her eyebrows and frowned. Right, he said love you. What if I weren't so useful? But you still loved me. Eamon grinned, but his smile didn't reach his eyes. Like, that's a bitter, because this is and will remain a fundamental problem between these two. He is and remains an epistate. He got that status not because of stupidity. He does things.
Are you asking if I would give up everything for you?
Caressing Eva's head, the epistates added in a quieter voice.
You know that I would raise any city to the ground for you. Yet you're talking about my duty to the pharaoh.
My apologies, Daddy. I wasn't thinking. I was not seeing where I was going with this. My apologies, Daddy. I was a very naughty girl. Please punish me accordingly to the law. Sorry. My apologies. Does your duty mean nothing to you? I also pointed this out in the previous seasons, though. The fact he wasn't capable to immediately allow us in was because of the fact that he was debating whether or not we're a Sheshmu, and he was killing Sheshmu like there was no tomorrow. And because of the feelings he was developing for us, he was literally in a place where he was, where he had to choose between his sense of duty and his love for us. I said that.
I'm doing this because it's more convenient for me, not because I believe in the pharaoh's ideas.
He kissed her lightly on the temple. His lips lingered for a few seconds, as if trying to calm her, and then he said, "Oh."
But the subject isn't suitable for your ears. Put it out of your mind. First, let's do what we came here for.
Aemon loves you. I love him too. But the pharaoh wasn't her biggest problem right then. Aemon saw Set in his true form, and his guesses about who he was were confirmed. He didn't know that he's a deity yet? I thought it was kind of obvious, since we said he's our patron. And we did tell him that we get our powers from him. What did he think Set was? Set pointed at the palace.
It's time to go. Before we head there, tell me your name. I suspect who you are, but I want to hear it from myself. I know what you're wondering. Am I really the god who descended to meet the mortals, or just a powerful Sheshmu? Yes, I'm wondering, and I doubt that a god can roam the world of the living so freely. Unless your world is getting smaller, just like the gods themselves.
Set laughed.
You don't really believe what you're saying. And you figured out who I am a long time ago, and why every Sheshmu serves me. So I was right. Oh God. Yes, I'm the enemy of the pharaoh's power, the one you hate so much, the god of chaos and fury said.
Period.
Are you anxious to kill me, or will you wait to meet the Anubis first?
Well, Set did not need to butter me up. But honestly, again, it was season 3, episode 1, and they still were like, we can continue flirting with this man, having a fine-ass man like Aemon at the other side. The fuck is this story going to? The fuck? Where is the story going to exactly? But oh well. We will see what next episode will be like. I hope you enjoyed this video with me. Tell me in the comments below what you think was best. Again, let me know in the comments if you want me to replay, because I'm kind of... Like, again, I chose my man, but I'm intrigued to know what would happen if I would choose the fact that I want to play with Seth more. So, like, just let me know in the comments what you think. And I will see you in another video. Bye.